Despite how different the countries of the world can be, something that can be similar among countries are their names. Elements of language, perhaps most noticeably certain suffixes, crop up in the names of many countries. Take the land suffix, seen across the globe in some of its most northern points like Iceland to the depths of Africa in Swaziland, and countries that end with ear that also span huge amounts of the world, from Estonia to India to Australia, and many countries in between. However, there is one country suffix that doesn't quite span the world. In fact, all the countries with this suffix border one another. I'm of course talking about the country names that end with stan. There are 7 countries across Central and South Asia that have stan at the end of their name. These are, and apology in advance for most likely mispronouncing some of these, Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Kyrgyzstan, Turkmenistan, Tajikistan, Afghanistan, and of course Pakistan. We've established what links these nations together is that the name of all these countries end with stan. So why is this, and what does this suffix mean? The stan suffix is of Persian origin. In Persian, this stan suffix doesn't translate to exactly one thing in English, but means kind of a selection of similar things. It has been translated to mean country, place, land of, homeland, all similar stuff like that. This stan suffix is of Persian origin, but it actually traces back to the Indo-Iranian stanam, which means place, or more literally, where one stands. As I said, stan can be translated into many variations of similar meaning. For the rest of this video, however, we'll just be using homeland. So we know that with these countries, the latter half of their name means homeland. So what about the former parts of their names? Well, let's look first at the biggest of the stan countries, Kazakhstan. Now that we know stan means homeland, we can see this name as Kazakh homeland. Suddenly, this should hopefully start making a bit more sense to us. The stan suffix is very much like the land suffix. How England is the land of the Angles and Finland means the land of the Finns, Kazakhstan simply means the Kazakh homeland. In fact, pretty much all of the stan country names refer to the homeland of those people, minus Pakistan, which has an etymology so interesting it deserves its own video. So yes, Kazakhstan means the Kazakh homeland, with Kazakh thought to come from the Turkish Kazakh, meaning a nomad, due to the Kazakhs' nomadic history. Kyrgyzstan is the Kyrgyz homeland, with Kyrgyz believed to come from the Turkic word for 40, referring to the 40 clans of the legendary hero Mananas. Uzbekistan is the Uzbek homeland, and we don't seem to be too sure as to where the name Uzbek comes from. One theory is that it comes from the name of the Turkish Khan Uguz Khan, though that's from Wikipedia, so take it as you wish. Turkmenistan is the Turkmen homeland, as the people there were thought to be Turk-like, relating to the country of Turkey. Tajikistan is the Tajik homeland, and we aren't too sure where the name of the Tajiks come from either. And of course, Afghanistan means the Afghan homeland, with Afghan too being of uncertain origin. This is a seriously ancient part of the world, and with such a deep history means unfortunately some facts and answers get lost in times, like definitive answers as to where the names of groups of people come from. Yet aside from these 7 nations, there are other stan places in the world. In fact, minus Pakistan and Afghanistan, the other 5 stan nations were once part of the Soviet Union. While they aren't anymore, there are some stans still left in Russia, like the republics of Bashkortostan, Dagestan, and Tatarstan. Interesting too is that the Persian name for India was Hindustan, as to them India was the Hindu homeland. Let's end things completely off subject, as stan in recent years has taken on another meaning a very big fan of something. This comes from the Eminem song of the same name. And is there a better example I could show you than the just shy of 150 stans who support Name Explain at this very moment? The stan countries were suggested by Max Baker and Larry Peterson over on Patreon, and thanks to their suggestions, they will now be honoured as Name Explain's Patreon saints of the stan countries. If you want to become a Name Explain Patreon saint, then why not support the channel on Patreon? Just $1 and up earns you the chance to suggest a country for the next Patreon saint video. And of course, thank you to all my patrons. These extra Tuesday videos wouldn't exist without the support of you guys. So if you really enjoy these videos and want to be a greater part of our Name Explain community, then why not support the channel? Just $2 a month gets your name here with all these awesome people. Thank you.